If you're in grad school or you're thinking about grad school, you've probably heard people say it's a lot. And they're right. But what really helped me navigate the stress and the uncertainty of grad school was shifting my mindset. And this mindset is what I'll be sharing with you in today's video. I felt like during grad school, I had the best time. I made sure to find a way to balance both grad school and also other areas of my life. Hit it with the bag, yeah. Put it on the tab, don't know how to act, yeah. How you like that? Instead of seeing grad school as a race or a sprint to the finish line, how about you see it as a marathon? The moment I started to think of grad school as a marathon, that was when everything changed for me. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Anike, if you're new here. If you're not new, welcome. It's so nice to see you again. Alright, in today's video, we're going to be talking about the mindset shift that I needed to have in order to succeed or to even enjoy my experience of grad school. So why exactly is it actually important for you to have this mindset? What did it do for me? In grad school, I was seeing everyone around me achieving. I was seeing everyone around me moving, doing one thing or the other. A lot of time, you'll see people doing multiple things at the same time, either helping other people on their project, doing their own personal project, applying for grants, taking classes, learning how to code. It was just a lot. Grad school is a lot. It is a lot that you're expected to acclimatize to in a short time frame. So how can you actually enjoy this experience without getting burnt out? Because when you are thinking of it in the sense of this is a sprint, I have to do as much as possible within this short period of time, you will burn out. I saw people around me getting burnt out. I saw people around me complaining about being so tired, being so fatigued. At some point, I started to ask myself, is it that me, I'm just lazy? Is it that me, I'm not doing enough? Because why am I not tired? I had to learn that grad school is not all about finishing first. It's all about how you navigate the journey and pacing yourself. Before I go into the practical strategies on how you can use a marathon mindset to your benefit during grad school, let's talk about what happens when you don't have this mindset, where you're just going and just going and just doing and just achieving and just doing everything you pretty much hear everyone is doing. Right? With grad school, there's always something for you to do. There is always a conference to attend, a presentation to prepare for, a publication that you need to probably do. There's just always something that you need to be doing. Because one of the key side effects of you treating it as a sprint or a race is burnout. You are going to burn out if you are not pacing yourself. So what exactly is burnout? I'm sure you're probably wondering, what do you mean by burnout? Well, burnout, according to the dictionary, is a state of emotional, physical, and mental exhaustion caused by excessive and prolonged stress. Grad school almost requires you to be stressed. So, you do not want to get to yourself to that point where you're super stressed and drained and you really have nothing more to give, right? Because when you're burnt out, you cannot give anything more. How do you avoid yourself getting to that burnout? It goes back to changing your mindset and your perspective of how you can get through this journey. When you experience burnout, you really find it difficult to keep going. You find it difficult to maintain that pace. In fact, you give up, to be honest. When you're burnt out, you give up. I felt like during grad school, I had the best time. I'm not going to lie to you guys, like I had the best time. And if you are probably following my life, maybe you're following my Instagram, you would notice that it was during grad school that I was spending the most time with my family. I was spending the most time with my friends. I was spending time napping. Okay, I was sleeping. I slept a lot during grad school. I ain't gonna lie. Like during the day, I would sleep. At night, I would also sleep. I noticed that every time I would sleep, I would just, and I go back to my work, I would find that I am able to understand it better. I'm able to do what they say I should do. Okay, so during grad school, I made sure that rest was priority for me. Spending time with my loved ones was also priority for me. I made sure to find a way to balance both grad school and also other areas of my life because I noticed from the type of person that I am, if I give too much in one area, the other area suffers. But if I'm able to find a balance between home life and school life, I had a more fulfilling experience. So, my strategy for you to have that marathon mindset is by one, setting a pace for yourself. Don't allow yourself to get to burnout. Set a pace. Focus on what is necessary in that moment. Each semester in school, new conferences, new grants, new things that you need to apply for or you need to be doing, new presentation that you have to do. Things will always come up each semester. Now, focus your energy and set a pace for yourself. What do I need to do this semester? Now, break it down into short-term goals. And how can I achieve those things in within the short-term goals that I've set for myself? Instead of looking at it in a big picture kind of way and thinking about, oh yeah, I have to do this. So it's just something that's always looming at the back of your mind. I have to do this. I have to do this. But you don't have steps towards getting to what your long-term goal is, your long-term vision. So set a pace and set short-term goals. Another good thing about grad school is that you have milestones that you have to achieve every semester. So focus on that. Okay, these are milestones that they've told me that I need to do each semester. So break it down. When do I need to be done with them? When do I need to start working on them? And what do I need to do to achieve these milestones before the end of the semester? So instead of thinking about, your program in general, focus on what is required from you every semester. So set a pace for yourself. Only focus on that at that point in time. Don't focus anything else. Don't focus on anything else outside of that. Embrace the process. Okay, the process is going to be long. It is a long process depending on the program that you have chosen to do. If it is 2 years, you know that you're going to be doing this thing for 2 years. So embrace the process, enjoy the journey. It's everything in life is all about the journey. It's never about the destination. So during grad school for me, what I did was apply to be a volunteer. I wanted to volunteer because I didn't just want it to be about the school itself. I also wanted to be able to do something to give back in a way. Giving back makes me feel fulfilled in a way, and it also makes me feel, accomplished. So when I'm volunteering, I'm able to help other people that are, starting the process or in the process have a better experience, because in a way I'm also helping myself have a better experience. So I think about it in that way, like how can I help other people have a better experience? So enjoy the journey, embrace the journey, make sure that you're doing things that bring you joy and happiness and brings you fulfillment. If that is helping other people with their presentation, that's another thing that I did. Listening to other people's presentation and giving them feedback on like how they can be better, and also sharing my work so people can give me feedback as well. So I was really just open. I was open to just like, okay, I need help, you need help. How can we help each other? Pretty much. So embrace the journey because it is a journey and it's not just only you going through it, there are other people going through it as well. So give a heads up or a thumbs up to someone else around you, because that also helps to give you the boost and the energy that you need. Another thing about embracing the journey is that it is okay for you to make mistakes and for you to fail. It is okay for you to get negative feedback, because this is a journey for you to grow and learn, right? So don't take it too personally if you have to do things multiple times, because it's all about learning. If you do it the first time and it's not perfect, it is okay. In fact, the first draft of anything you're doing is never going to be perfect. No matter how intelligent you are, no matter how good you are, you will always have feedback. And that's the point, right? The point is to find areas where you might be lacking and you might be weak and get help from your supervisor or from your advisors. So don't feel like you need to get it right all the time, or you have to submit the perfect paper, you have to submit the perfect grant, you have to submit the perfect application for a conference. You don't have to do any of that. Let me just tell you. Just focus on what you can do, submit it, and they will give you feedback in order to make it better. That is it. The point is, don't stop. Just do something. Don't accept it as, oh, you know what, I don't know if I can do this thing. I don't have the understanding, I don't have the knowledge, I don't know what it takes, I don't know what to do. Just do it. Do it however you can do it, and send it out. Send it to your supervisor. Let your supervisor give you the feedback. Don't expect that you need to be perfect just from your first try. This is your first time doing this, so don't expect that you need to get it right immediately. You do it. So it's okay for you to make mistakes, and it's okay for people to give you feedback. That feedback is what you need. That is what is going to make you a better grad student. Number three, take breaks and rest. Take breaks. Take a lot of breaks. Don't be I'm just going to get through this quickly so that I can be done. No. Embrace the process, enjoy the process, take breaks when needed, and rest. See, I told you during grad school was when I had the best naps of my life. I don't usually nap during the day. Like, I'm not the type to sleep during the day. But I found that every time, I don't know, I never really shared this with anybody, but I found that every time I would nap and then wake up and go back to my work, I just understand it better, and I'm just able to do it better. And especially when I was taking the coding course. I took a course on coding, data analysis, and I had no prior experience or knowledge of coding. So every time I would maybe write a code and then it gives me an error message or something did not work, I would be so annoyed and frustrated, and I'm just like, I can't figure out where the mistake is. I can't figure out why this thing is wrong. I'll just leave it and go and sleep. I would literally just leave it there and go and sleep. And that was what I did with a lot of things during my grad school. That wasn't just it, right? The the professor that was teaching that course was always preaching choose joy. Choose joy. If anything is stressing you out, just leave it and go and do something that will make you happy. Okay? That was what he would say. And it made a lot of sense. And I needed to hear it at the time that I heard it. Like the importance of choosing joy and not letting yourself get stuck in a problem. Because when you're stuck in that problem, you're not able to find solution or think of solutions. I would leave the work and go and sleep. That's what I would do. I'll just go and sleep. And every time I would sleep and wake up, I would find that I actually understand what I why there's an error message, and actually be able to find solution to my problem. If it's either by looking at it again, because every time I would be trying to figure it. It was just not coming to me, and I was already in a state of stress and annoyance. I didn't want to. I just could not figure it out. But every time I would take a step back and go and rest and take a nap and go back to it, I would understand it better and I would know how to figure it out. So rest, take breaks is so important. Sleep helps. Sleep helps a lot. Okay, so don't play with your sleep. Make sure you are sleeping. Sleep well because sleeping helps to also consolidate your memory, and it helps you to even communicate better too. When you're well rested, you communicate better. So sleep well. My next point is that you should celebrate your small wins. I feel like I am the queen of celebrating small wins. I would literally just treat myself for the littlest things. Let's say, for example, I give a presentation, and in my opinion, I did the presentation really well, because if I'm going in to give a presentation, I do my due diligence by preparing for the presentation. So every time I would give a presentation and it goes well, I would literally go and buy myself bubble tea. And that bubble tea is the best thing ever. Like, I associated winning with getting bubble tea. So bubble tea for me was really, like, it was my thing. It was my favorite thing back then. Like, I was always obsessed with bubble tea. So I knew that, okay, there was something for me to get at the end of this. No matter what it is you're doing, even if it's just presenting in your lab, like doing a journal club where you people review a paper and then you talk about it amongst yourself, even if it's just that, still celebrate yourself. Being able to do that is a lot of work, okay? Especially for somebody that does not, that sometimes fears public speaking. Somebody like that, like, you really don't want to be in front of people talking and sharing your ideas. But if you're able to do it, celebrate yourself for that, because it is a big deal. Never see any win as too small or too little to celebrate. It is a big deal. Every accomplishment and every milestone that you achieve during grad school is a big deal. So learn to celebrate the little ones, so that way you do not get burnt out because you are waiting for that big win. Okay, so celebrate your little win so that way you have the energy to keep going. And finally, you want to stay flexible and adapt to different situations. In grad school, you're going to experience barriers, challenges, things will come up that would make you want to doubt yourself or want to give up. But you want to be flexible enough that you're able to quickly change your decisions, or you're able to quickly take on new ideas that will help you to navigate that difficult situations. So stay open, stay flexible, and be able to adapt, be adaptable. With marathons, right, they have unexpected turns. Because you're running a marathon does not mean that you're going to always just be at your best self at the end of it. And it doesn't mean that you're not going to run through like obstacles or challenges on the way. The point is being able to easily change and be flexible when those obstacles come up, especially if you're going to be in grad school. Things are going to come up. Either you write a thesis that was, considered rubbish, and then you get a feedback of like the entire page, they are leaving a comment, everything is red, 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 red. And you're just like, oh my God, like, I thought I was doing something right. Like, what is this? Just breathe. If you get your feedback and you feel overwhelmed, go and sleep. take a nap. The way I did it during grad school was I would usually address um, the feedback page by page. So today I'll be like, okay, I've gotten back, I've submitted my work, I got back some feedback. Let me address them. So I would look at, okay, what is on this page? Address what is on page, go and do something else, come back. Okay, now on to the next page. What is on this page? Address. Or another thing that I would do is maybe starting from a page that does not have as much feedback, which would give me the momentum to keep going to the ones that have a lot of feedback. Does that make sense? So start with the ones where you feel like, okay, the feedback here is not too much. So which means, I did a lot of things right in this area. And then with that momentum where you've started with this area with the little feedback, you are able to now go on to the areas with the more feedback and more corrections that needs to be done. So take it easy on yourself, be flexible, try to adapt, try to understand yourself and know how you can best give your best self during this experience, during this grad school experience. So, if you're feeling overwhelmed in grad school, I want you to take a deep breath and remember that this is your journey, this is your experience. So, take it easy on yourself. You are running a marathon, you're not running a sprint. You don't want to overwork yourself at the beginning or maybe in the middle. Just allow yourself to take it one step at a time and allow yourself to also take corrections, make mistakes, and be flexible when obstacles come up. It is so important that during this experience that you prioritize your well-being because it is only someone that is well that can really get the best out of school. Grad school is very, very demanding. It is demanding on your mental health, on your physical health, but you don't want to get lost in that. You want to realize that there is life outside of that. And I thank God that I was able to, work for a bit before I went back to school because it allowed me to see that life is not just about school. It's not just about, getting straight A's. So take it easy on yourself. Take care of yourself. Know that this is a journey. So keep doing things that would allow you to keep moving forward. If you're in grad school right now, how do you keep yourself from burning out? All right, guys, that's it for this video. I hope this video resonated with you. If there is anything that you'd like me to discuss next, or you want to know more about pertaining to my own grad school experience, then let me know because I would really like to share. Yeah. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share the video because there are a lot of people who are probably considering grad school or are in grad school right now and are maybe finding it difficult. So please share this video, leave a comment because it will allow YouTube to know that this is a video that people are interested in and it would make you to push my video for people to see, okay? All right, thank you guys so much for watching and I'll see you in my next one. Bye. She a little bad, hit her with the bag, yeah. Put it on the tab.